Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis call, and this is for trading on February the 16th, 2018. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for education purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. So let's start off by taking a look at our calendar here. Not a whole lot. We had PPI numbers for the US, which were important. So we had some net positive numbers, but then we had Empire State Manufacturing Index, which was negative. So overall, though, it was sort of a mixed bag. And US dollar has not been, even after the positive CPI numbers and Fed essentially saying that they're going to raise rates, we have not seen US dollar able to maintain its strength. So that is worrisome for a US dollar. So basically right now, it's just anti-US dollar right now. It's just weakness in US dollar, no matter what kind of positive news we get or data we get, US dollar is not able to sustain any kind of strength. So that's what's going on in the market at the moment. Coming up tomorrow, we have retail sales numbers for the British pound, and then building permits. Again, building permits are important as well. So we'll have those for the US and the housing starts. And then we have manufacturing sales for Canada. Not a ton of news tomorrow coming up. Okay, so let's go on to the charts. So this is what I was saying. So for the last number of days, it's just been a bullishness against in everything, all the US dollar crosses. So today we were looking for price to go up, and it did. And now, it's just shy of the level that we were looking at there. Very bullish candle close. Strength is to the upside. So we just need to go back and take a look at what our next target will be for this. So for our euro, we are looking at 1.2580 level. So the first target would be 1.2540. And once the price crosses, goes past that, then we are looking at 1.2580 level to the upside. Now, do keep in mind, we are into these highs, and a lot of times we have seen reversals on Fridays. So keep that in mind, so that, in case price does try to turn around on Friday. So typically price tends to go one way and then changes direction on Friday. A lot of people booking profit and so forth. So keep that in mind. But overall, based on the daily candle close, we are bullish on euro dollar here. First target 125.40, second target 125.80. And from 1 hour perspective, this is where we are. We could see price come down into either the pivot point here and then go higher, or even into this S1 level at 1.2465 and then go higher from there. So overall, we are looking for bullishness, but sometimes we could see this type of a move. So keep in mind, it is Friday, and hence we are just be mindful, essentially, just be careful. But we are pushing into the high. We're holding the high, which means we could go even higher. So the bullishness is still there. And then pound dollar, same story here. We are very bullish. So yesterday we were looking for a move to the upside. So we got that. And now based on the daily candle close here, this is also very bullish. So looking for another move to the upside, and 1.4150 will be the first target, and then 1.4180 or maybe even higher. We could push into 4,200. So maybe we could even push into 4,200. So those are the two targets to the upside in terms of pullbacks, either into the pivot here or back into this S1 level at 1.4020. And then we could see, if price stays above that, then we could see price go up even higher. So for sure, this one is quite bullish. And as long as price stays above 140.20, we could see another move to the upside. Aussie dollar here, this is bullish as well, but Aussie dollar looks like it's starting to come into a little resistance. So overall, though, bullish, but we do have this pin at the top, which makes it a little bit less bullish. So we could get a deeper, either a deeper pullback or it could turn. So this one we have to be careful about. This is our high, and now we have made a lower high. So right now I'm looking for price to pull back down here. So sort of either like that or deeper into the bottom here, which is 79.00. So 0.7900 is the pullback level. Overall, this is bullish, but I will look for a pullback in that and then look for price to go higher. But because of the pin here, that shows weakness, and we could see price drop as a result. So that, keep that in mind. Overall, it is bullish, which means once, let's say, all the other crosses start moving to the upside, all the other US crosses start moving to the upside, this is likely to go with them as well, but we could get a deeper pullback in that. New Zealand dollar is very bullish, but we are into the highs now. So just like Euro dollar and pound dollar, this is into the highs as well, which means we are basically prone to reversals. Just like we were looking at yen crosses, we are prone to reversals now because prices are at extremes. So with this one, the target, because it is still bullish, we're looking for 74.40. But again, we could hit a double top there and price could drop from there. So this is where we are. And in terms of pullbacks, either into 73.65-ish level. That's a good level for price to pull down to and then find support there and do one of these. Or we could get back into this 73.50 level, so price could drop and then find support there as well. But overall, the bias is still to the upside, but with caution. So everything with caution today, because all prices are at extremes at the moment. So bias is to the upside. Dollar CAD bias is to the downside here as well. So we do have a pin bar here looking for price to drop further. 1.2380 will be the target to the downside. So this is where we are. We could see with this one, we could see price do this or go slightly higher into our R1 and then drop from there. But overall, the bias is to the downside. Euro Swiss franc, so we have had a bearish close for the day, and now we are making a lower high. So as a result, looking for price to drop. And in this case, 1.1450 or 60 level will be the target to the downside. So pound Swiss franc is looking bearish. Sorry, Euro Swiss franc is looking bearish. Pound Swiss franc is sitting in a bit of a range here. So this is the support and resistance level that it's fighting with. So it hasn't really done much at this point, because the problem with the pound is pound itself has been quite strong. And as a result, pound crosses haven't done as well. So with this one, I'm looking for price to go and test this 30-35 level again and then drop from there. As long as it stays below that level, I'm looking for price to come back into the middle of the range. But just like we looked at it yesterday, we do need to make sure that price stays below that 30-35 level. And then I'm looking for price to kind of come back into the range, especially if Euro Swiss franc starts to drop. This could follow along with that as well. And then we have dollar Swiss franc. This is looking quite bearish. And yesterday we had looked at 9,200 as our target, is pretty much there. So still looking quite bearish. We need to go back out a bit to get the next target. So the next target is 91.50. So that's our target to the downside here. So in this case, we could get a bit of a pullback and then a drop. So looking at this type of a move. So retest of this level right here, which is 92.50, and then a drop from here. The target is 91.50 to the downside. Pound yen daily close is, daily close is very neutral. So no direction at this point. And this is sort of what's going on. Price is, or the overall trend is to the downside, but now we are starting to struggle a little bit. So I'm looking for price to basically, it could go into this high here and then drop, but it's neutral. So it could go either way. So what I was looking for, or I'm still looking for, is essentially price to drop and then hit the bottom there and basically go and test that level again, which is 149.00 or 148.90 level. So 3 times price has tested this level. So come do that. But pound itself is strong. So what I could see happening here is price goes and tests this level, finds resistance and drops from there and comes back into this 149.90 level, which is our S1 level. So that's my base case scenario. That's what I'm looking for. But again, with all the yen crosses, because we have had multi-days drops, or few days of drops, we are into that place where it could be a turning point. So it just has to be done with caution. Euro yen, we have a similar thing here. We had a bearish candle close. It hasn't broken the low though. So in this case, Euro yen looks more bearish than pound yen. So I'm looking for price to drop here back into this.
The of the RBA has now concluded his parliamentary testimony in Sydney.
Sorry, it looks like my news feed is on. Let me turn it off. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so Euro yen, between pound yen and Euro yen, I think Euro yen is weaker, so chances of it dropping are higher. And actually, right now is we're kind of at the entry level. So I'm already in dollar yen, and I'm still hanging in there. Euro yen looks like it wants to drop right now. And I'm looking for price to basically come down and test 132.50 level here. So not looking for a huge drop, but just looking for it to come and test the bottom again. 132.50 would be my target on this. First target 132.50 and then 132.100. But looks like it's ready to drop, and our dollar yen may be looking okay as well. We'll just go take a look at that. So bias is to the downside for Euro yen. Dollar yen here, we did have a big close to the downside here. So I got a few pips out of this last night. Overall though, it's biased to the downside. I'm looking for price to come into this 105.50 level as the target to the downside. So it's just been one way, just because US dollar has been weak and then yen has been strong. So dollar yen has been hit pretty badly with the weakness here. So I was looking for price to drop, kind of essentially move lower, because see how price is just holding the low here. It's holding below this previous support and resistance level, and it tried that multiple times, tried breaking it higher, but it wasn't able to. So now I'm looking for it to move to the next level, which is S2 here, 105.50. It is holding below the pivot. So if you go to like a 5-minute here, as we can see, it's holding below the pivot, and I'm just looking for it to drop further. So hopefully it will go down. So bias is to the downside for dollar yen. Aussie yen, same thing, biases to the downside. First target will be the low of today, which is 83.85, and then looking for the bigger bottom, which is 83.30-ish level. So first target is 83.80 level. So looking for a drop there. Same thing with CAD yen, looking for price to drop further. And in this case, we've had a bearish candle close. But with all of them, I would be mindful that we are now running into like serious lows. Right here is our low. In this, the first target would be 84.70-ish level, and then looking for 83.80 for CAD yen to the downside. So overall, all the yen crosses are still biased to the downside, but as I said, with everything, we are coming into Friday. We're coming into pretty serious highs here, or highs and lows with different pairs. So I would just be cautious as we trade. We have had a good kind of good run at some of these. So just be mindful of the risk or the position size. So that's all I have. So we do not have a trade room tonight, but I'm going to be keeping an eye on the dollar yen trade. So I will monitor that. And other than that, that's it. I will see you guys for our webinar in the morning then.